Hare Krishna. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanasalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jnana Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kathamahim Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutpadakamalan Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahaganalaliта Shri Vishaka Anvitamscha Mam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namne Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarane Vanchakalpatarabhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prem Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha तप्तकाञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी ऋषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. Welcome to our systematic study of Vedic scriptures in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 16. We are in the first three wonderful verses. I'll just open read them. But yeah, um, am I audible, by the way?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So, okay, chapter 16, verse 1 to 3. For a while, open the screen. Okay. So, yeah, let's read the verse first. श्री भगवान वाचा अभयं सत्व संशुद्धिर ज्ञान योग व्यवस्थिति दानं दमश्च यज्ञश्च स्वाध्यायस्तप आर्जवम् अहिंसा सत्व अक्रोधस् त्याग शांति अपैशुनम् दया भूतेष्व लौलुप्त्वम् मार्दवम् ह्रीर् अचापलम् तेजः क्षमा धृति शौचम् अद्रोहो नातिमानिता भवन्ति सम्पदं दैवीम् अभिजातस्य भारत. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, fearlessness, purification of one's existence, cultivation of spiritual knowledge, charity, self-control, performance of sacrifice, study of the Vedas, austerity, simplicity, non-violence, truthfulness, freedom from anger, renunciation, tranquility, aversion to fault-finding, compassion for all living entities, freedom from covetousness, gentleness, modesty, steady determination, vigor, forgiveness, fortitude, cleanliness, and freedom from envy and from the passion for honor. These transcendental qualities, O son of Bharata, belong to the godly men endowed with divine nature. So, if we want to know who we are, we can understand how we are situated with these qualities. Do we want to give full 100 marks, or do we want to just be more realistic or more more critical? Yeah, it's up to us. But when we have these as an checklist, we can check ourselves where are we standing. And yeah, in the last weeks we were discussing about quite a few. Well, there are these 26 qualities. We are coming to the last one today. And yeah, after that, we get into more understanding what are those qualities that one should not have, and understand. So in this way, we can see the light of Bhagavad Gita is very, very important in our life. Through that, we can see things as it is. Otherwise, we are somehow confused. We are somehow perplexed, and we think ourselves, yeah, either giving more marks, a better person, or giving less marks to feel more disappointed and demotivated. Mm. So we'll see what Prabhupada has given in the purport. Mm. Mm. Okay. So here we are seeing that it's especially this Nati Manita means not expecting honors. Applies to the Shudras, the working class, which are considered according to Vedic injunction to be the lowest of the four classes. They should not be puffed up with unnecessary prestige or honor and should remain in their own status. It is the duty of the Shudras to offer respect to the higher class for the upkeep of the social order. So in today's world, if we are talking about these discriminations, yeah, there is this, okay, there are four classes of the closest. It's a quite hot topic, isn't it? If one is saying, hey, there are four classes of men, then immediately equality rights come and say that how can you discriminate? How can you say one is low, one is above? Yeah, and shouldn't we treat everyone equally? Yeah, there is some mm, serious thought one should give, then they understand, no, definitely that is needed. Even in today's society where we are living, we see that there are not everyone has a weapon. Mm, Yeah, not everyone has a weapon because of a good reason, right? Otherwise, everyone the crime rate would be quite high. Of course, we can already see in some countries where the weapons are very easily accessible. A home without a weapon, without a gun, uh, is very much prone to, yeah, life danger. So, yeah, when we talk about US, there are some places, and when we talk about South Africa, I mean, so many places. Yeah, we can. There are so many places where the weapons are easily available and then causes a lot of inconvenience. But apart from that, we can see that mm, the equality is still there. Mm. Everyone, if you see equality, we can see in terms of everyone is given water, everyone has air to breathe, everyone has water to drink, and everyone is, yeah, given the right to vote. If we talk about in democratic terms, yeah, but of course, it has its own implications. Yeah, not everyone is intelligent enough to select the right leader. So there are pros and cons when we don't understand what is the right purpose of each of that. And Prabhupada mentions in the purport about Nati Manitaha, Na at- Ati Manitaha. That is what Na means not, Ati means yeah more, Manita means man. Man means respect or honor. Nati Manita uh, is actually not expecting honor and especially applies for Shudra community. Why? Because when we talk about the less intelligent, usually they have crave for recognition because come on, already the above three varnas they are being recognized. Here, Brahmanas are all respected, the Kshatriyas are all respected, the Vaishyas are also respected. Yeah, because they are working, isn't it? They are working for. If you see. Brahmanas are helping out with the vision, Kshatriyas are helping out in protection, and Vaishyas are helping out in the economic flourishment, and in that way everyone is doing their part, and for that definitely there should be a recognition or a respect. And then here we are talking about Shudras. Why shouldn't Shudras have honor? Why shouldn't they expect honor? The worker class, which are considered according to Vedic injunctions to be the lowest of the four classes, lowest in the sense we understand that yeah we may see sometimes there are privileged, there are underprivileged, there are overprivileged. Yeah, when we see who is underprivileged, of course he should be given care, isn't it? And here when we see low Shudras, uh, um, one who is very much engrossed in sense enjoyment, and for a person who is so much engrossed in sense enjoyment, uh, Honor is like pouring ghee into fire. Mm. Yeah, sense enjoyment, if we see that to be like always, yeah, keeping us very, very active, just like fire keeps us active. If there is fire, I was reflecting on the nature of water and fire. The water is always going down and the fire is always going up, isn't it? Yeah, if you just lit a candle, the flame goes up. If you pour water, the water is always want to go down. Mm. So, but what anyway, we are not discussing on what does implies, but we can see the property of fire is always going up, and this sense enjoyment when we see it as a fire, it's always want to go up, high and high and high, and then if you pour more ghee to it, what is that? Giving respect. Then you see, hey, there is no check, no control, and we go more carried away. So, so they should not be puffed up with unnecessary prestige or honor and should remain in their own status. Today, we can see how it is all same, yeah, isn't it? The humans have degraded so much that we all are pulling each other legs for some fame. For example, if there is Varnashram system in India, then some other guy will come and invade, and then what he will do? He is going to find the weakness. This is also not only you can see in the history of mankind, there is always that one, if one he wants to win, there is a strategy. The strategy is find the weak leg and then pull it. uh, then everything will fall apart. So, yeah, then people come and then they start saying, hey, this Varnashram system is actually suppressing you. You have full right to be independent, and you should also do whatever the other communities are doing. So, if that is not given, I am going to give you all this privilege. Just join our religion. So in this name, there are so many conversions that happen, or even today they are happening. Yeah, or in those days when the kings used to rule, they used to win over the opponents is through this, yeah, by honoring who is not qualified to be honored. Hmm. So this is very short, in short, about the nature. But I would like to hear from you. What do you see? What is the role of honor to play? Hmm? Anyone? Isn't it Krishna is saying Krishna is saying to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, right? What did he say when Arjuna, out of compassion, what did he say? One second, now. I blind arrow. No, okay, yeah. Huh? Thoughts from you? No, by the way, I was completing, right? So what I was telling was, um, yeah, that what did Arjuna do in the battlefield of Kurukshetra? He said, no, I don't want all these things, right? So how can I kill my own people? I don't want honor. For me, it's even better to, yeah, mm, live as a, yeah, whatever I get. Mm. And what did Krishna say? Can someone, uh, mm, in the second chapter, what did Krishna say? Haribol?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
We are now in 16th chapter, no? I expect second
Yes.
chapter still fresh in mind.
I think Prabhuji, he said, you are a fool. You are thinking.
Mhm. And
Maybe, I think he said, you are a fool. You are thinking them uh, to your relatives. They are already killed. Something like this.
mm, yeah, okay, yeah. Any other?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
Then Lord Krishna said that you have to fulfill your duty as a Kshatri. You cannot run from your duty.
Mm-hmm.
You have to kill them, otherwise I will kill them.
Oh my God, did he say like that? Okay. Yeah. Others? Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Um, Krishna is telling to Arjuna that, okay, mm, people will always speak of your infame, and for a respectful person, dishonor is worse than death. I'm just reading. Huh? So, which means honor, dishonor has a role, right? If Krishna himself is saying that, yeah, for a respectful person, for a respectable person, if he is not honored, and if he is dishonored, yeah, for what he is not doing, then it's equivalent to death. Hmm? And on this, in this verse, what is it said that one should have Nati Manita, means yeah, not have expecting honor. What is this? Should we have expectation for honor or not? Abu Prabhu?
Ideally, no, Prabhuji.
Ideally no, but Krishna is saying ideally do. Huh? Is it because Krishna is saying to Arjuna because he is a Kshatriya?
I think for Kshatriya to have the valor, maybe necessary.
Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Ram Raghav Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Yeah. I was not around. But yeah, I said ideally not.
Ideally not. Okay. Others? How do we recognize a person who is good or not? How do we know that? Huh? If a prime minister, right? So if he's not honored as a prime minister, which means a recognition, then who? How do we know who is prime minister? Makarand Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's quite difficult to understand. When someone is not recognized, then if we don't understand, that's also the point.
Mhm.
But now in the situation, like um, if someone don't know that, okay, this is our prime minister or something like that, so we
Mm.
don't recognize him. He is a prime minister.
Yeah. Isn't it a problem then? Yeah. Then everyone will say, hey, I am a prime minister. I am a prime minister.
Yes.
So, yeah. Then we go to Hemagori Mataji. I'm just activating you because this is needed in order that we get this point very, very seriously.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Do we want honor or not?
Yeah,
Do,
Prabhuji.
do,
Otherwise, actually, the person depends. But as you said, the prime minister, without knowing how India knows who is prime minister, but if some other country who doesn't know, they should see okay, some special respect is given, so they should understand.
Mhm.
Honor, I think it's not complete.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
Prabhuji,
Yeah.
maybe just came in my mind. Maybe that honor we should have to accept for that position, not maybe the person.
Uh-huh. Honor for the position, but not for the person. You mean if a prime minister is a rogue, still we should honor the prime minister, but not the rogue.
No, no, I'm not saying that we are honoring him. I'm saying that we are honoring him, but what he is actually taking. So if someone is giving me the honor, I should have to consider that okay, that honor is coming to me because of my position or responsibility. But I am not actually that eligible person or something that's taking the honor
Mm-hmm.
from my side.
But even if you are not having that role, but still if you are delivering it, in that case,
Uh, so you are telling from delivering side, not from the
yeah.
taking.
If Krishna is saying that Krishna is clearly doing one thing, we all know what is he doing in the battlefield. He already told to Arjuna very clearly, "Hey, why are you doing this?" And then not only that, he said is as Adirasa Prabhu said, "You're a fool." But he also told, "Hey, Arjuna, I have already killed all these. All the opponents are already killed. Now it is just only that they're already killed, but you just do and yeah, that you can get the honor of killing, right?
Hmm.
Why? Because he's a devotee or because he's a Kshatriya or hmm?
Hmm. In this context, I don't know exactly it can be fit or not,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes from my side, it is my experience that sometimes what happens that personally I don't want to do something, but when someone already tell me that okay, I already arranged this one, you just carry on with it. So in that case, what happens is this: I don't feel that responsibility is already empty because someone already did it. It is just I'm just carrying on that activity. So in that case, I'm quite relaxed actually. So so in that case, I have actually motivation of it to do it further. Where maybe for Rojan's case also, Krishna is pushing him to do it like that way, so that he doesn't feel that all the responsibility under him. So Krishna is giving him actually more relaxation.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's hear others. Yeah. Thanks, Abu Prabhu.
Yeah, Prabhuji, I think you mentioned in one of the classes that Krishna always wants to give honor to his devotees. Uh, Maybe because of that, he wanted his devotee to be recognized.
Yeah, but why does he want to give this honor? That is the question. When we are saying that, yeah, here we say Nati Manita. One should not expect such honor. But when one shouldn't have that, why is the Lord giving that? Hmm.
Prabhuji, maybe because they imbibe qualities that, like in the verse that are mentioned, so the 26 qualities that they imbibe them. So venerating people that are according to these characteristic good
Mm-hmm.
should be venerated and glorified then as a devotee, maybe. My assumption.
You're saying that the 25 qualities makes them eligible to have the 26th one. I mean, it can also be right. I'm not saying no.
No, because you were asking what is good and what is bad. So I was thinking maybe because a devotee would not think of himself as in a high position, but he was still not in a low position just because he thinks he isn't. Because
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, if it makes sense for you, yeah, why not?
Yeah, and I also think honor, because you were asking if it's because of Kshatriya, I would also say because of the verse said also, okay, Shudra should not expect. So I think, okay, so the other classes should have this, I guess, then. But in detail, I guess it gets revealed.
Hmm. Okay. Let's try to, yeah, think about it. Yeah. The 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 reason why we can see that Krishna is saying that, okay, I have killed already, and first of all, he's saying, hey, save your honor. Huh? A Kshatriya, what is a Kshatriya? Is an honor. Though we can see it as a class, though we may see it as a, part of categorization, but Kshatriya has a honor to it. Now, not everyone is becoming Kshatriya, right? And as you were mentioning, Parminder Mataji, it is those qualities through which they have qualified themselves to be a Kshatriya. And to do something below that is a dishonor, isn't it?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Huh?
So maybe
Dis-
according to the
Dishonor as
qualities.
a Kshatriya, dishonor as, yeah. So if you see as a Kshatriya, he has, when we say a Kshatriya or a Brahmana or a Vaishya, or even here we can see a Shudra, is basically we are following religious principles based on these categorizations. And that's why Krishna is saying, not that you get puffed up, hey Arjuna, I'm going to give you that credit, I'm going to make you famous. Yeah. Adirasa Prabhu. Yeah, of course, Krishna wanted his devotee to become famous. It is not that so that he can become more arrogant or, puffed up. No, no, the point there is to recognize, uh, and he's saying if you don't do this, then you will have a dishonor. Why a dishonor? That you have not done your prescribed duties. So honor is very important to measure against this. Are we fulfilling our prescribed duties? Sometimes we may get carried away that, oh, no, 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 I am really doing. But then we have to check the spirit. It is not that Kshatriya means, okay, he just has a sword and he can go and uh, do any kind of war. But again, he has to. The prescribed duty of fighting should be used to establish the dharma. Mm. So to establish that, yeah, then that Krishna is reminding him, hey, if you don't do this, then people will say, hey, you are a coward, you became weak. Uh, People not see that you are very compassionate because that compassion doesn't fit for you, for your role. Yeah, you may manifest all those other qualities, wonderful, but if they are not Kshatriya qualities for establishing the dharma, then you will be dishonored. Because when the time came, what did Arjuna do? Yeah. Any thoughts? Anyone have question on this? It is not that it is not that Krishna is inspiring Arjuna, hey, you have already a facelift, yeah, you have a great value. Uh, don't become an object of fun. No, that's not what he's saying. Krishna is saying that, hey, you have to fulfill your duty. That's your honor. Rather, what we do is we see that honor as a title or honor as a, something um, prestigious, and that's where we get caught up. Hmm. So honor has its role, but we see the honor in a way that we think, hey, we are greater than others. What do you say, Adirasa Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah. So, Prabhuji, getting honor for a Kshatriya, being a Kshatriya, so that is not that honor, I mean, that one can be proud of.
There we get into the next part, that when we go into maybe taking a case study from Srimad Bhagavatam, we can take, there are good number of examples. One thing we already covered, Durvasa Muni and Ambarish Maharaj, where Ambarish Maharaj was, Durvasa Muni was very angry. He wanted to, mm, even uh, kill. mm, Ambarish Maharaj. There was a lot of honor that he was expecting, and what did happen? It backfired. So when we are expecting honor and we are not honored, I think Radhanath Maharaj has a very nice quote. I have opened it. Yeah, Radhanath Maharaj says, to the degree you are enjoying honor, to that degree it is going to really hurt when there is dishonor. If you don't really care about honor, then dishonor doesn't hurt either. Huh? Radhanath Maharaj, well, he puts straight to that point. Why is it hurting and why we are being tossed by the happiness and distress? As long as we are connected with the material modes of nature, then we always have this problem of honor and dishonor. Mm. So to the degree you're enjoying honor, now, oh wow, yeah, we're attaching ourselves to that honor. Mm. As I think Apu Prabhu you are mentioning now, Prime Minister title or a place or a role. When we are saying, wow, I am a Prime Minister, I am a Prime Minister, when we are attaching and then we feeling great about it, to that degree it is going to hurt. Why? Because I won't be the Prime Minister forever. But rather, if I don't really care about the honor, mm, it is that, okay, I am a prime minister, but actually I am a servant. I am a kshatriya, which means I am a servant. If I am a brahmana, I am a servant. I am a vaishya, I am a servant. So in everything, when we see I am a servant, then we don't have this problem. Rather, as soon as when we have honor, we think that we are master. Mm. In this regard, what example? Yeah, Durvasa Muni, he was expecting a lot of honor, isn't it? When we think great about ourselves, then we expect, hey, great honor. As soon as I go, then we also covered Daksha Yajna, right? Where Daksha Prajapati, yeah, he expected honor. As soon as he entered, then Lord Brahma, okay, he is a god, he's his father, so it's okay. What happened to Shiva? Why didn't he get up? And then what happened? He had to die and again have to come back again after six Manvantaras. The effects of honor. The other, we can take about Indra. Indra, um, what is that? Is it Prithu Maharaj, the 100 sacrifice? Huh? Forgot. I think it's Prithu Maharaj only, na? If he does the 100 sacrifice, he will be as qualified as Lord Indra. So Indra was very much disturbed and he wanted to take over. He wanted to keep his honor, his position. Then we can see that there is this Indra has killed Vishwarupa. When Indra killed the Vishwarupa, why? Because Vishwarupa was secretly giving all the yajnas results to the demons, and the demons are becoming very, very powerful. And then Indra could not tolerate this. So when things become personal, uh, when we are saying personal, it means, oh, I, mine. Yeah. All when we use this honor is also when we use for ourselves, then it is going to be very costly. So what happened then in the case of Vishwarupa, that he was killed, right? So he enabled, I'm not seeing myself. Yeah, yeah, for me it's okay. So, yeah, so then what happened? We can see that the demons wanted to take revenge. Yeah, what did they do? Because there is always this fight. On the one side, there is also this Indra who wanted honor, and and they all went when the Rakshasas they were attacking. Then they all took shelter of Lord Vishnu, Mm. and then there was a big battle between the demigods and Vritrasura. Vritrasura is um, mm, yeah uh, yeah Vishwarupa. Yeah, from Vishwarupa comes Vritrasura. Yeah. So in the case of Vritrasura, he is um, very, very special. Why? Why? Because uh, it was that first of all, he is a Brahmana, and also not only that, but he is also part of this, comes from Vishwarupa in both the cases. Yeah. So he is very, very strong, and then he became a big problem, and then the demigods, they went mm, to the Lord. Mm. Here also we can see that the demigods, I think in the, yeah, I'm just also seeing where is that. The demigods all worshipped Vishnu, because ultimately no one but him can protect a living entity from fear and danger. Uh, so whatever this fear is coming, this fear is also coming from uh, honor, self respecting. Oh, yeah, I need this, and all these things. And seeking shelter of a demigod instead of worshipping the Supreme Lord is compared to trying to cross the ocean by grasping the tail of a dog. A dog can swim, but that does not mean that one can cross the ocean by grasping a dog's tail. Being pleased with demigods, the Supreme Lord advised them to approach Dadachi to beg him for the bones of his own body. I think we know this. Dadachi agreed. Yeah. So after knowing, okay, what's the purpose, and he thought, oh, let me use, if it's possible, let me use my body in the service of the Lord. So the bones from his spine were taken out, and from that bones, uh, with the help of that bones, Vitrasura could be killed. So Vritrasura was not ordinary. He became very, very strong. Mm. Um, Interesting. While performing the sacrifice to kill Indra, Tvasta chanted a mantra to increase Indra's enemies. But because he chanted the mantra wrong, the sacrifice produced an asura called Vritrasura, of whom Indra was the enemy. Huh? When Vritrasura was generated from the sacrifice, his features made the whole world afraid, and his personal effulgence diminished even the power of the demigods. Finding no other means of protection, the demigods began to worship Lord for protection. So he is not ordinary. Now, very interesting here, we see that Indra, on one side, he's afraid, uh, and then he seeks shelter, and then finally he could get this weapon. And then what is happening with that weapon? Uh, Now the war starts, the battle between the demigods and Vritrasura. So when Dadachi gave, mm, um, I'm reading. Dadachi, just to hear from the demigods about the principles of religion, jokingly refused to relinquish his body, but for higher purpose, he thereafter agreed to give it up. For after death, the body is usually eaten by low animals like dogs and jackals. Dadichi Muni first merged his gross body made of 5 elements into the original stock of 5 elements, and then engaged his soul at the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thus, he gave up his body. With the help of Vishwakarma, the demigods then prepared a thunderbolt from Dadachi's bones. Hmm. Armed with the thunderbolt weapon, they prepared themselves to fight and got up on back of elephants. Hmm. At the end of Satya Yuga and the beginning of Treta Yuga, a big fight took place between the demigods and asuras. Unable to tolerate the effulgence of the demigods, the asuras fled the battle, leaving Vritrasura, their commander-in-chief, to fight for himself. I think it comes in next chapter. Vritrasura, however, seeing the demons fleeing, instructed them in the importance of fighting and dying in the battlefield. Hmm. One who is victorious in battle gains material positions, and one who dies in the battlefield attain a residence at once in the celestial heaven. In either ways, the fighter benefits. So this is what the spirit but still always scared, with the way that the demigods were attacking. And then what happened is Vritrasura saw everyone leaving, and then he condemned everyone as cowards. And he spoke very, very bravely. And then what happened? He was all alone. He was all alone, and hmm, facing the whole demigods face to face. When the demigod saw Vritrasura's attitude, They were so afraid that they practically fainted, and Vritrasura began trampling them down. Unable to tolerate this, Indra threw his club at Vritrasura. But Vritrasura was such a great hero that he easily caught the club with his left hand and used it to beat Indra's elephant. Struck by the blow of Vritrasura, the elephant was pushed back 14 yards and fell with Indra on its back. So, this goes further. I'm just bringing this up to show the importance of mm, uh, not caring for self, yeah, personal honor. King Indra was first accepted Virupaksha as his priest and thereafter killed him, reminding Indra of his heinous activities. Vritrasura said, okay, because Vritrasura still accepts Indra as devoted, devotee, as the demigod means godly. He's saying, if one is a devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, and depends on Lord Vishnu in every respect, then victory, opulence, and peace of mind are all inevitably available. Which means if one is a devotee, these are already given. Then victory is there, opulence is there, peace of mind is there. Such a person has nothing for him for which to aspire in the three worlds. The Supreme Lord is so kind that he personally favors such a devotee by not giving him opulence that will hamper his devotional service. Therefore, I wish to give up everything for the service of the Lord. I wish always to chant the glories of the Lord and engage in his service. Let me become unattached to my worldly family and make friendship with the devotees of the Lord. I do not desire to be promoted to higher planetary systems, even to Dhruvaloka or Brahmaloka, nor do I desire an unconquerable position within this material world. I have no need for such things. This is what he said. Now we can see the spirit, devotional spirit in Vritrasura. And uh, Vritrasura, after finishing this, he released his trident against King Indra with great anger. But Indra, using his thunderbolt, which was many times more powerful than the trident, broke the trident into pieces and cut off one of Vritrasura's arms. Nevertheless, Vritrasura used his remaining arm to strike Indra with an iron mace, making the thunderbolt fall from Indra's hand. Now what happens? We can see the difference between a devotee, mm, a serious devotee, and not so serious devotee. What happened when Vritrasura hit? The thunderbolt fell from Indra's hand. Indra, being very ashamed of this, did not pick up the thunderbolt from the ground. Huh? He was thinking, hey, taking the weapon from the ground, what will people will say? No, he didn't pick it up. But Vritrasura encouraged King Indra to pick it up and fight. Vritrasura then spoke to King Indra as follows, instructing him very well. He said, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he said, is the cause of victory and defeat. Not knowing that the Supreme Lord is the cause of all causes, fools and rascals try to take the credit for victory or defeat themselves. But everything is actually under the control of the Lord. No one but him has an independence. This means that even if Arjuna will succeed in the battlefield, yeah, he is not going to take that. It is only that everyone recognizes him. Oh, he's such a great warrior, and yeah, he was the main person. But Arjuna wouldn't take that. Why? Because he's a devotee. Yeah, I'm just bringing some parallels between that and here. The Vritrasura is saying the Purusha, the enjoyer, and the Prakriti, the enjoyed, are under the control of the Lord. For it is by his supervision that everything works systematically. What is that systematically? Systematically means according to the Dharma. Not seeing the hand of the Supreme Lord in every action, a fool considers himself the ruler and controller of everything. That is why where we see Krishna is saying in the 16th chapter, Nati Manita means one should not foolishly consider himself the ruler and controller of everything. When one understands, however, that the real controller is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is freed from the relativities of the world, such as distress, happiness, fear, and impurity. Thus, Indra and Vritrasura not only fought, but also engaged in philosophical discourses. Then after that, they fought again. This time Indra was more powerful and he severed uh, Vritrasura's remaining arm. Vritrasura then assumed a gigantic form and swallowed King Indra. Hmm? But Indra, being protected by the talisman known as Narayan Kavach, was able to protect himself even within Vritrasura's body. Thus, he emerged from Vritrasura's abdomen and severed the demon's head from his body with his powerful thunderbolt. Severing the demon's head took one complete year for it to accomplish. Anyway, that is detail. Then we come to the one may ask, hey, is it not cruel and it's not fair? Yeah. Parikshit Maharaj, sorry, Sukadeva Goswami is telling to Parikshit Maharaj, the living spark then came forth from Vritrasura's body and returned home back to Godhead. While all the demigods looked on, he entered the transcendental world to become an associate of Lord Sankarsana. Yeah. We see what is the glory of a devotee, though he was Asura and he was fighting against Indra. And the purport, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that Indra, not Vritrasura, was actually killed. Hmm? Everyone with me? Or was it too fast?
No, Prabhuji, it was good, but Indra was killed as a Prabhuji. Sorry.
No, not Indra is killed. Vritrasura is killed.
Yeah.
So Indra has chopped the two hands, two arms, and then because of that, Vritrasura expanded himself very gigantically, and then he swallowed, Indra. But then Indra, came out, ripped apart from the abdomen, and then he severed the head of Vritrasura and was killed. Okay?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Yeah. So what is first of all the result that he got? Vritrasura, when everyone was seeing that, this living spark then came forth from Vritrasura's body and returned home back to Godhead. While all the demigods looked on, he entered the transcendental world to become an associate of Lord Sankarsana. And what I read in the purport from the purport is Srila Vishnumaharaj Chakravarti Thakur explains that Indra was actually killed, not Vritrasura. Interesting. Why? Because he says that when Vritrasura swallowed King Indra and his carrier, the elephant, he thought, now I have killed Indra and therefore there is no more need of fighting. Now let me return back home, back to Godhead. This is what he was thinking. Thus he stopped all his bodily activities and became situated in trance. Taking advantage of silence of Vritrasura's body, Indra pierced the demon's abdomen, and because of Vritrasura's trance, Indra was able to come out. Now Vritrasura was in Yoga Samadhi, and therefore, although King Indra wanted to cut his throat, the demon's neck was so stiff that Indra's thunderbolt took 360 days to cut it into pieces. Actually, it was the body left, but Vritrasura that was cut to pieces by Indra. Vritrasura himself was not killed. In his original consciousness, Vritrasura returned home back to Godhead to become an associate there. Here the word alokam means the transcendental world, Vaikuntha Lok, where Sankarshan eternally resides. That is the end of this particular chapter. But interesting, the reason why I brought this up here as a case study here is, on one side, Indra is suffering with the effects of this honor and dishonor. That very well shows I mean, sometimes people may think that if one goes to heaven, then he's not under the influence of that. No, we can see the influence of honor, dishonor there. And then Indra, he wanted to save himself. So what happened in this process is, when all the demigods requested Indra to kill Vritrasura, hmm, this is what happened. He refused because Vritrasura was a Brahmana. He knows that killing a Brahman is not right. The demigods, however, encouraged Indra not to fear killing him because Indra was protected by Narayan Kavach. Even by a glimpse of chanting of Narayan's name, one becomes free from all the sinful reactions of killing a woman, cow, or a brahmana. The demigods advised Indra to perform an Ashwamedha sacrifice by which Narayan would be pleased, for the performer of such a sacrifice is not implicated in sinful reaction even if he kills the entire universe. Following this instruction from the demigods, King Indra fought Vritrasura, but when Vritrasura was killed, everyone was satisfied, but King Indra, who knew Vritrasura's position, was not. Hmm? This is the nature of great personality. What is happening here? Even if a great personality acquires some opulence, he is always ashamed and regretful if he acquires it illegally. So sometimes what may happen is we may know everything, we may know all the principles, yeah, we may see, okay, Bhagavad Gita is telling that this is doing this, but in our practical life we may not be able to do. And a genuine person repents. Yeah, here we see that Indra is repenting for what he has done. That's what Indra could understand, that he was certainly entangled by the sinful reaction for killing a Brahmana. Indeed, he could see sinful reaction personified following him. Thus he reflected, thus he fled here and there in fear, thinking of how to rid himself of these sins. He went to Manas Sarovar, and there, under the protection of goddess of fortune, he meditated for 1000 years. During this time, there is other details. Then the Nahashu comes, and yeah. So here we are seeing that sometimes we can be proactive to avoid all this, or at least we know that we have dishonored someone, then we at least reactively take serious actions of what we should do. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know it. That's already close to an hour. But so when we open up with this topic of honor, uh, that's always, yeah, we always say, hey, we should not amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. Yeah, when we don't expect honor, then we are safe and then we can go on. But it is very important. It is very important when Krishna is saying that, yeah, I want to grant you the honor. We should use that honor. This is very, very, I mean, this is what I find it very important. It is not to get puffed up ourselves. Um, it is not that, okay, when we are making this, the Publius Times, very, very famous for that matter. If we have to put some title for ourselves, yeah, and if it helps, why not? The important point is when Krishna consciousness is flourishing, for that matter, yeah, we have to do, then we have to do. Yeah, well, we, do we really have interest to really meet all those dignitaries from, yeah, no. But if it can help us to reach more, so that we can preach more, then we should. Otherwise, people may think, hey, yeah, what is this so special? Uh, they are not, they are not, they are not special. They are not great, and especially this is very important aspect, that in a non-devotee world, yeah, where honor is given more value, yeah, if such an honor is required, then we should really have it. Uh, but again, at the same time, we should be immune uh, to not be affected by those, because as yeah, where there is honor, there is also dishonor, and mm, honor can harm us. Honor can harm us more than even dishonor. Dishonor makes us uh, alerted. Honor can carry us high on an artificial platform, and we may fall anytime. So I don't know if this gives a little perspective of what is the role of honor in our life. It is said that one should honor his guru as good as the Lord, a representative of the Lord. Which means, yeah, there is definitely a value of honor for a guru. We can't just simply say, hey, casual. Yeah, I think he needs to do something. He did it. I need to do something. I do it. It's not a casual dealing. Honor is definitely there, and we can express that honor in the form of respect. We can by in the form of serving him. So these are ways of how we express that honor. Yeah, makes sense. Any questions? No? Yes? What do you all say? Let's say now Chitramalini Mataji if you're there, or Sagar Prabhu. What do you say? Want to add something? Okay, then we.
No, Prabhu.
Pratik Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I have means just a confusion. Like Bhishma Pitama and Karna were also following their dharma, means their point of view, and they also internally knew that they were on the wrong side. But as per this point of honor, they were also right, I guess.
I don't know if I got it right. I'll try to repeat. So what you're saying is in the case of Karna and Bhishma, they were following their duty, right? Following
Yes.
Kshatriya Dharma is not just, as I said, to just be part of a battle, to really follow on the side of Dharma. They were not doing that.
No, they had given the promises, means I guess. So
Yeah, but if they give promise to follow Adharma, it can't be justified.
mhm.
That's why Bhishma is still, yeah, there's always, he himself regrets, yeah, right. He has given that, and that he was binding, and when he was on the bed of arrows, right, at that time, yeah, this comes up. Yeah, in the Bhagavatam it says, hey, why is one doing such a pratigya? Sometimes mm, this is also we should understand, are we doing in mode of goodness or passion or ignorance? Mm. And then, yeah, once should we see, okay, the lesson there we can pick up is that, okay, we have given a word and etc. But if it is moving away from establishing dharma, we have to take correct steps, corrective measures. Is the word great
So
or dharma is great?
okay, so dharma is greater than honor on that case.
Honor again. Dharma is greater than, yeah, dharma. So there is, uh, to follow the Kshatriya dharma is to do what? To establish dharma, right? Hmm?
Mhm.
Yeah. So if one does that, then he's right Kshatriya.
Okay, sure.
Hmm.
Yeah, thank you.
And in the case of Karna, yeah, Karna's case is again different, where he was more showing his uh, loyalty, mm, because he was um, favored, right? Isn't it? Yeah. So just imagine if you are favored by mm, someone who is, yeah, who is very, mm, what do you call them? One who is not ethical. What will you do? Hmm?
Then ideally, if I know if that person is not ethical and
Yeah.
he will ask for favor and I am compelled, then I should not take the favor in the first place.
No, but you have already took the favor. What will you do after that? Yeah. So in the case of Duryodhan, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, he was favored. Sorry, Duryodhan has favored Karna, isn't it? Maybe afterwards, yeah, we can see that okay, Karna can understand what Duryodhan is doing is wrong. Of course, he has his own problems, but what should he do? What should we do? And Krishna is establishing that high principle that, hey, for dharma, all this family relation, everything, should be kept aside. Family relation, friendly relation, everything. Why? Because otherwise we become very partial, right? Huh? In what we are doing is we are just favoring each other and not caring about the dharma. And when dharma is not protected, then everything goes on a toss, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hmm. Yeah, every one of, I mean, Mahabharata is such a nice Puran, yeah, I would say, through which we can get insights how to live and how not to live our life. The characters where why they had to join Kauravas, and there are some who have joined Pandavas, and through that we can understand, uh, if we do something, whom are we favoring? If we not, then uh, whom are we taking support or giving support? This is very, very important. That's why, and Krishna is on the devotee side, isn't it? Hmm? Yeah, we can see that Krishna is on the side of Pandavas, and it's not just uh, because he was partial, because he was a relative, and because, yeah, Kunti. Oh no, it's not just family relation. Because of, no, he wanted to establish dharma because every non-dharmic were on the other side. Hmm? Then, of course, it can go further into questions. Is it right that Duryodhan can be beaten like that? Is it right that Karna can be killed like this? Right? Is it right that Abhimanyu? All these things are, we are throwing our, you know, our intellectual thoughts about it. Who cares the thoughts? Uh, we can clearly see that Pandavas win. We can see that Krishna is on their side. We can see that is Dharma Yuddha, and in the end, Dharma has won. So we only have to understand that rather than question it. Was it Pratik Prabhu? I mean, I'm not seeing who was asking.
Yes, yes.
I don't. Did it answer your question? By the way, I mean, just adding something, but
Yes, I understood like honor in those cases where they had their mindset of keeping their promises and other factors, but yeah, dharma, they should have considered the morality more,
mm,
and then their whatever
yeah,
past vows they
yeah,
have.
you're right. Yeah, correct. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Sorry, I
Sitting
I was searching my phone to
Okay.
unmute. Yes,
Okay.
Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji, you are right, Prabhuji. And thank you for this wonderful session, Prabhuji.
Mhm,
Yes, we should not take honor as a pride.
mhm.
Yes, Prabhuji, yes.
Yeah, sometimes I ask na people, hey, Sudama Das, yeah, the flyer can have HG. By becoming His Grace, Sudama doesn't make me anything great. But people will see, oh, there is some His Grace guy going to speak. They think, oh, it is special. They may come and try as a practical, concrete, connectable example. Yeah. Of course, people they themselves want to add or not, or if they are asked to add, all these things are just a detail. But important thing is that I don't connect myself to is grace or not. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Gaur Bhagwan Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah, in extension with Pratik Prabhu, yeah,
Mhm.
his question about Bhishma Pitama. Yeah, so can we, Prabhuji, say that yeah, Bhishma Pitama, who is great devotee,
Mm.
took the side of Adharma, and that's why he had to face the bad result?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
It is right, and that's where actually, as I was saying, there is also grades of devotees, right? So on one side we see that Bhishma Pitama, who is a great devotee, so perfect that even the Lord Himself came at the last moment. Which chapter is that? Someone knows this? Is it ninth chapter? First canto, ninth chapter. I'm not sure. The Lord Himself comes. Let me check. The Lord Himself comes in the last time, right? Ninth chapter. Yes, the passing away of Bhishma Dev in the presence of Krishna. Yeah, this is the title. And I'm just reading. At that moment of death, let my ultimate attraction be to Sri Krishna. Hmm. He was not saying, "Hey, how did you kill me?" He is just because this shows that he is a devotee. And in the purport, Prabhupada writes, a pure devotee of Lord constantly sees the presence of Lord within himself because of being transcendentally related by loving service. Such a pure devotee cannot forget the Lord for a moment. This is called trance. The mystic yogi tries to concentrate upon the super soul by controlling the senses from all other engagements, and thus he ultimately attains samadhi. Bhishma Dev was a pure devotee. Hmm, here. And as a military marshal, he constantly remembered the battlefield feature of Lord as Parthasarathi, the charioteer of Arjuna. Therefore, the Lord's pastime as Parthasarathi is also eternal. The pastimes of the Lord, beginning from his birth at the prison house of Kamsa up to the mausoleum ending, uh, just as the clock hand moves from one point to another. Yeah. And in such pastimes, his associates like Pandavas and Bhishma are constant eternal companions. So Bhishma, they never forgot the beautiful feature of the Lord as Parthasarathi, which even Arjuna could not see. Arjuna was behind the beautiful Parthasarathi while Bhishma Dev was just in front of the battlefield, in front of the Lord. All the soldiers and persons on the battlefield attained their original spiritual forms, like the Lord after their death, because by the causeless mercy of the Lord, they, all this is detail. The conclusion is that whoever dies looking on the personality of Godhead within or without attains his Swarupa, which is the highest perfection of life. So Lord Krishna is not merciful only to Pandavas. He was also merciful to other parties because all of them attained the same result. Bhishmadev wanted the same facility also, and that was his prayer to the Lord, although his position as an associate of Lord is assured in all circumstances. So this is what happened. This is what he offers a series of prayers for that. He's saying, "Let my mind be fixed upon Lord Krishna, whose motions and smiles of love attracted the damsels of Raja." I don't know whose question was I answering.
Prabhuji.
Hmm?
Gaur Bhagwan.
Gaur Bhagwan Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. So, Prabhuji, Bhishmadev and Karna, so both were at the side of Adharma, but because Bhishmadev was devotee,
Hmm.
so Lord took care of
Yes,
Bhishmadev.
he came. Yeah.
Okay, Prabhuji. Yeah.
I'm just reading that. Knowing that Bhishmadev has merged into the unlimited eternal. Suta Goswami said, thus Bhishmadev merged himself in the super soul, Lord Krishna, the supreme person of Godhead, with his mind, speech, sight, and actions, and thus he became silent and his breathing stopped. Hmm. The verse before that is, now I can meditate with full concentration upon the one Lord Sri Krishna, now present before me, because now I have transcended the misconceptions of duality in regard to his presence in everyone's hearts, even in the hearts of mental speculators. He is in everyone's heart. The sun may be perceived differently, but the sun is one. Anyway, yeah, so we can see that. Um, all, yeah, if you see in Ramayana, or if you see, I mean, Ramayana also has some nice mm, incidents which can also throw light in the effects of honor. And but anyway, let's let's keep it for maybe some other time. But for now, if we can get this principle of not becoming like, okay, no, 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 I should be humble. Yeah, we should be humble. But what real meaning of humble or humility means to act, to mm, be very, very desperate in doing the best class service to the Lord in whatever our positions, our roles, and yeah, are usually always. I mean, I don't know. Time to time, do we have this question? What is real humility? What is humbleness? Hmm? No, that comes in here is that we are we are not interested self-recognized, but if that recognition can help others to uh, um, help us do our best service, hmm, that is humility. If we can give that best, otherwise what will happen is, yeah, okay, that spirit of service may not be there. The spirit of service, no, 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 okay, no, I'm not qualified, I'm not qualified. Yeah, if we are no, just like, oh, I can't chant quality rounds, so let me not chant. That will not bring us anywhere. With whatever defects we have, let's do it, and regularly pray that the chanting quality can improve. Then that can bring quality chanting. Similarly, humility means not to give up services, saying that I'm not qualified. There are 100 people who are qualified. No, we want to give our best. And of course, in that process, we are ready to take advice. And there comes this honor dishonor trap. Hmm? If we are thinking, no, no, like Indra was ashamed to take the Vajra Kavach, the thunder, what do you call this? Thunder?
Bolt.
Thunderbolt? Thunderbolt. Hmm? No, he was ashamed, and no, we are not ashamed of it, because one who has this self pride, or one who has this feeling of, oh, what will happen to my stature, what will happen to my name, fame, if I take this. No, that is what we here it means, Nati Manita, not to expect all this honor. Moreover, because I mean, at least I can say for myself is that I am a Shudra, so yeah, Prabhupada very clearly mentions to better don't expect honor. The best thing is, okay, get caught up in services. Okay, thank you very much. Wish you a very nice week ahead, and yeah, next week would be even more exciting. Yeah, we'll be discussing about asura qualities. Hmm. Asura Sampada, what is that? Hmm. Hare Krishna. वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यो च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
And one important thing about next 3 days program next week. Maybe,
What is that?
like Sushila Mataji's home program 3 days
Yeah.
in the next weekend.
Anyone who is around NRV, let us know. You can come over. We are having 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Bhagavad Katha at Vishwambar Prabhu Sushila Mataji's place. Yeah, okay, Krishna Seva Prabhu. Schedule we will finalize soon. I don't know. Maybe uh, do we do we know how many can come? All these things we should clarify, not with her, and then we can say what is the capacity, and in that scale we can publish. I think maybe Satish Prabhu can make a quick flyer.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Pratik Prabhu, where do you live?
Which Prabhu? Pratik Prabhu lives near Golokadam, na? If I'm not wrong. Where do you live, Pratik Prabhu?
I'm at Bonn.
Born not far. Yeah. Feel free to join.
Yeah.
Yeah. Born to Königswinter is not far. It's half an hour.
Rajlingan, just nearby.
Yeah. Isn't it? I mean, Rathikali Mataji, you're quite
Yes.
near, na, to
Yeah,
Westlink.
you get the tram in 16 number. The trams go only from there. You have to take the bus, I think, to their place.
Okay. But Yeah, by car, how much time it takes?
Not more than 30 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, if you're interested, yeah, Pratik Babu, you can join.
Yes, Prabhu.
And Rakil Mate, do you have Pratik Prabhu numbers?
No, Vadaji.
Pratik Prabhu, do you have anyone of our contact number?
I'm in contact with Arjun Prabhu.
Okay.
Prabhu Adiras.
Nadiras becomes Arjun, that's okay. Na?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll share number Prabhuji to Ratikali Mataji.
You can share the details. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. I mean, for Lindau, it would be far to come, but for Hamburg, far, I don't know. Yeah. This is a small mini Bhagavad Sapta. The big Bhagavad Sapta is going to come on 21st of December. So if you want, you can come over. We'll be doing that in Gauradesh. So which makes it very practical to host bigger audience and also have darshan and arti. So during the 7 days, that details also we will also share. So okay, done. Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Babuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.